Gardening at Home Lesson 8, Definitions and Transplanting, presented by Cornell Cooperative Extension of St. Lawrence County and 4-H. Before we start moving sprouts outside, let's go over some definitions of gardening words. You may hear or read terms like transplanting, hardening off, perennial, annual, and compost when learning more about gardening. Let's quickly review their meanings and then learn how to transplant. Transplanting is the moving of a plant from one place to another. Hardening off refers to the process of getting plants familiar with a new environment. Usually, this means moving them from a controlled environment like a greenhouse to an outdoor garden that has more uncontrollable elements. Perennials are plants that grow back year after year. Annuals are plants that have to be started from seed every year. Compost is decayed organic material that enriches your soil. Now it's finally time to transplant. In order to transplant your sprouts successfully, it's important to harden off your sprouts. In the days leading up to when you plan to transplant, move your sprouts outside for an hour or two at a time. Make sure they're in the sun. This helps your sprouts get stronger and be ready for the move outside. As we previously discussed, it's very important to loosen your soil by raking before you transplant anything or plant seeds. I started these carrot seeds inside to give them a jump start on growing. They're small, but ready to go outside. Once they get another set of leaves, I will split them up so the root, which is the carrot that we eat, has space to grow. Now that my soil is ready, I'm going to carefully pop each soil cell out of its container. I do this by squeezing it from the bottom a bit and then tipping the container over until I have one cell ready to plant. I dug a hole that is slightly larger than the plant cell that is going to go in the ground, place my plant gently into the hole, and then pat down the soil around it firmly. This is opposite to what I have told you we do when we're planting inside, but there is one very important reason why we want to do this outside. Worms. Worms create pockets through the soil that allow air and water to move right down to the roots of your plants where they need it. They also leave something behind called castings that helps to enrich your soil. This is why we can pat down the soil around our transplants like we would not do inside. Next week, we will talk about thinning and weeding plants. If you have any questions, please email me at jtc292@cornell.edu.